What's going on, guys? I'm a dating coach here in Chicago. I help out guys between 25 and 35 and above. I've helped out guys in their 40s. Anyway, to the point, this is the structure that I use to help them achieve that, including myself. You can even scale this and get even more than 1 to 3 dates a week. So, the structure that I use is simply initiating any type of conversation, where that's like in a line, for example. Let's start off there in a grocery store or something. You can apply this literally anywhere, at a cafe, wherever, at um, whatever, at the gym, your work, wherever. And what I want you to do is simply initiate a conversation in any way. Do those, how are the macronutrients on that box of food, for example, right? And then you start a conversation, or like amazing fashion. I love that. You wouldn't happen to be into XYZ. Any way of starting an interaction. And once you get the foot in the door, I want you to start telling them about them, the way they carry themselves, what their fashion says about them, because people do not care about you. They only care about how a lot of people find intrigue and interest. You're triggering intrigue in this aspect. So when you do that, you're giving them information on what the society thinks of them, which is a very interesting thing for people that are just going about their day. You have like this rocker type of vibe and fashion, which makes it seem that you're like badass, like you're low key badass and do whatever you want, but you have like your own ethical code. I feel like, is that you? Does that match your vibe? And now she's engaged in the conversation. So what I like to do is afterwards, I like to have them win me over. So for example, as I'm getting to know them, for me specifically, and it depends on you, it's going to be way different for you, man. For me, I'm really into psychology, business, and art. So for example, are you into any of those three? I would ask them, are you into psychology, business, or art? Because that's my vibe. And if they are, and we create a genuine connection, because connection cannot be faked, man. So you need to bring up things that make you specifically enthusiastic so you can actually hook. I remember a long time ago, I would get tons of phone numbers and I would always get flaked. They wouldn't show up to the dates. They would ghost me and I didn't know why. And this is the reason why, because there wasn't any genuine connection and it didn't make sense for us to actually hang out. So in that same regard, when I bring out those three things, they happen to sometimes be into all three. And from that, instead of me just desiring them for their physical appearance, because the majority of guys just want to have sex, and and a good portion of women get used just for their physical appearance, and it isn't something that's sustained. And the market that women want, their desire is to start a family, a good majority of them. So when you d- use this angle of you're flirting with their character, you're enjoying their character, it creates more trust, it creates more rapport, it creates more connection in order for the date to actually follow through and to get what it is that you want to get out of the interaction. Whether that's a lovey-dovey relationship, whether that's a wifey, whether that's a sexual experience, or whatever it is in your particular case. So from there, I create the connection. And then based off of that connection, if it's a bar, a hidden bar inside of a library, in my particular case, because that's what I enjoy doing, the venues that I enjoy, that's why it's super tailored to you and what you specifically want. So if you like drinking, a bar or a venue that you enjoy the music there, and talk about the music taste that you're into, to see if they're into it, so that way you can invite them to the bar that you like going to. So in that sense, you're getting tons of phone numbers. I would engage with literally every attractive woman that I see. I would even go out of my way to even like jog a little bit to even engage in them. Like, oh, I saw you across, and the way your fashion is and the way your body language just exudes out of you, you seem way too interesting to not even say hi, or who are you? Hi, really quick, and then you start an engaging process. Back when I didn't know what I was doing, out of 10 interactions that I would start, three of them I would get their phone numbers. Now I'm a little bit better at it, and it just depends on the scenario, like whether they're by themselves, or whether they're with a group of people, or whether you're with a group of people. It just really depends. And from that aspect, you can get phone numbers and you can invite them too. So dates are pretty much invitations to things. So you want to invite them to those things, and on the dates, I want you to also like escalate and all these things appropriately according to the vibe that you're doing. So anyway, that's how I get my clients to 1 to 3 dates a week, and including myself. So if you want more on this and you want more tailored specific advice, I want you to comment below or just ask your questions below and I'll answer the questions. Anyway, thank you for listening and see you again soon. Bye.